New Delhi, world is celebrating yet another pandemic-tinged Christmas, this time all the more amid the rising cases of highly infectious Omicron variant of the COVID-19, with curbs on Massachusetts gatherings and cancellations of flights. In the Vatican's St. Peter's Basilica, a maskless Pope Francis celebrated the Christmas Eve Massachusetts before an estimated people on Friday, far more than last year's 200 when Italy was in a full lockdown despite having less weekly cases than this year. Francis processed down the central aisle as the Sistine Chapel choir sang Knowles, kicking off the Vatican's Christmas holiday that commemorates the birth of Jesus in a manger in Bethlehem. In his homily, Francis urged the faithful to focus on the littleness of Jesus, and remember that he came into the world poor, without even a proper crib. That is where God is in littleness, Francis said. This is the message: God does not rise up in grandeur, but lowers himself into littleness. Littleness is the path that he chose to draw near to us, to touch our hearts, to save us and to bring us back to what really matters. This year, due to the resurgence in COVID-19 cases, prompting a new vaccine mandate for Vatican employees, attendance on Friday was limited to about people, way less than the seating capacity of St. Peter's. The 85-year-old Pope began the midnight Mass at 7:30 p.m., a holdover from last year, when the service had to end before Italy's nationwide COVID-19 curfew. No curfew, however, is in place this year, but cases this week have surged even beyond 2020 levels. For the second day in a row, Italy on Friday set a new pandemic daily record with new cases. Another 141 people died, bringing Italy's official death toll to. Francis is believed to have received the third booster shot, as has Emeritus Pope Benedict XVI. Bethlehem hoteliers disappointed in Bethlehem, the Palestinian town in the Israeli-occupied West Bank that Christians believe is Jesus' birthplace. Hoteliers have been disappointed. After a near-total lockdown last year, Israel has again closed its borders. Celebrations on Friday were subdued as just a few hundred huddled in the city's manger square to watch the Palestinian scouts and bagpipers parade past. This year, like last, midnight Massachusetts on Christmas Eve will be reserved for just a small circle of people by invitation only. For some it was surreal. There is a selfish part where it's like, yo, I get to see this place so empty, but on the other hand you feel for the shops, all the money they are losing. It's really quite tragic, American student Hudson Harder told AFF. US First Lady takes unexpected guest to children's hospital across the Atlantic. US First Lady Jill Biden took an unexpected guest to a children's hospital in Washington. Her husband Joe, who is the first sitting president to accompany his spouse for the traditional Christmas book reading. The couple chatted with patients and doctors, showing one boy a photo of Commander, their new puppy, before settling into chairs beside a Christmas tree and reading a book inspired by the Disney movie, Frozen. The Bidens have planned to spend the Christmas at the White House, an uncommon practice for recent American presidents. The family normally rings in the new year in the sunny West Virgin Islands, but will instead go to their home in Chile, Delaware, a few hours northeast of Washington. Santa was not deterred from doing his rounds, even as flights were cancelled on the Christmas Eve globally. The bearded spreader of holiday cheer had reportedly been cleared for travel in Canada's airspace after showing proof of vaccination and a pre-flight negative COVID test, Ottawa's transport minister said. Santa's flight crew, including reindeer Rudolph, whose nose shone red and bright, but made sure he had no COVID-19 symptoms before taking off, had also been given the all-clear. Australian authorities said they were working round the clock to ensure Operation Present Drop goes smoothly. Our air traffic controllers will be guiding Santa safely through Australian airspace, said Aviation Safety Authority Air Services. He's cleared to fly at 500 feet so he can skim the rooftops and deliver his presents quickly and quietly. The giant US Canadian Command, NORAD, on a specialized website offered the public the chance to track Father Christmas' sleigh as it flies around the globe. Celebrations amid restrictions in Europe. Governments are reimposing safety measures that are draining the fun from Christmas for many. The Netherlands is back in lockdown, while Spain and Italy have made wearing masks compulsory outdoors. With Britain hitting a record high number of COVID-19 infections again on Friday for a third day in a row, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson suggested getting a vaccine booster shot as a Christmas gift for relatives. France knocked up record positive cases for the second day in a row, and its health authorities urged people to get booster shots just 3 months after initial jabs, down from the current 5. On the other hand, most Australians are allowed to travel interstate over the festive break for the first time in 2 years, with Sydney's Catholic Archbishop Anthony Fisher saying that Christmas was a ray of light in dark times. Adblock test. Why?